Hi, in today's video I'm going to talk about how to clean a horse's hooves, how to pick their hooves clean. This is an essential part of daily horse care, maintaining the health of your horse, the well-being of your horse, and part of the overall grooming job. So let's get right into it. In order to clean your horse's hooves, called picking your horse's hooves, it's because you're using a pick, these are the tools you're going to use. Pick that has a brush, a hard brush on one end of it. So this is actually really useful because you can pick your horse's hooves with this part and then clean the dirt away with this. This is another pick that I alternately use. This pick is a little bit more heavy duty, so if the dirt is really packed in hard into the hoof, this is the tool I find most useful. I will just go back and forth and use either one of these, whichever I need. First, number one thing is that you do want to have your horse tied and secured, because obviously they're not going to stand still for the process. I have her on the cross ties here in the barn, and the cross ties are breakaway ties, so if I needed to get her loose for any emergency reason really quickly, I can do that. Additionally, she's actually wearing a breakaway halter, so if she pulled herself for some reason, this would break, and that's what you want. You want to be able to get them loose quickly in an emergency. So when you're starting to train a horse or teach a horse to pick their foot up, sometimes people will lean a little bit on the horse to push their weight over to the other foot. Take my hand down because she's trained. As I rub it down, she feels that and she picks her leg up. Sometimes you can just squeeze the chestnut a little bit. That's this dried skin that all horses have on all their legs. But she'll pick her foot up pretty well when she feels me just here and rubbing my hand down and then just a little pressure. I don't have to push her over. She knows I've already done this now a few times, so she knows I'm going to pick her leg up. I'm sliding my hand down her leg, and that's all she needs to feel. Then I pick her foot up, do the work. Now I hold her foot in my left hand and pick with my right. If you're left-handed, obviously you'll probably hold in your right hand and pick with your left. So it's the same thing on the back leg. I'm standing here, I'm facing the tail. This is the safest place to be when you're picking the hooves, is facing in this direction. But I just am going to slide my hand and she picks her leg up. Sometimes she hikes it up like she's gonna kick. And I just gently either guide it down to where I need it, or if she wants to leave it up here, and actually it's easier for me to not have to bend down as much, but I feel like for her, she just likes to relax her leg down. Every horse is a little bit different, so you'll get used to your horse or the horse you're grooming. And then I just ask her to put it down. I just will put a little pressure so that she lowers her leg down to the ground. And if you do this over and over again with your horse, then they're gonna get used to what you're asking them to do, and they'll just do it. And you just have to keep repeating the work to get them used to you picking up and putting their legs down, and then praising them. Good girl. In this picture, you can see the white area of a hoof that does not have a shoe on. The white area is the sole, and the V-shaped structure in the center is the frog. It is a tough structure. It protects the digital cushion beneath it. It aids in traction. It aids in blood circulation, and it is a partial shock absorber on all four hooves, of course, for the horse. It has sensitive nerves, so you have to be careful. You do not pick the frog itself, you pick around it. But I'm picking around the groove here. This is the frog. This is the sole. And I pick just around the shoe to get any dirt and along these grooves. If she didn't have shoes on, I would be cleaning all the way to the edge. And the hoof is concave, so dirt will get pressed in here, in this area. And every horse's hoof is shaped a little bit differently, just like every horse is an individual and have their shape, and We have our individual shapes, so sizes of hooves and everything, but they are a little concave, and that's where the dirt and debris and maybe stones and nails, and you never know what they're picking up in the pasture, so you want to get all of that out. One of the things that you want to keep a lookout for when you are picking your horse's hooves, cleaning their hooves, is a possible bacterial infection called thrush. This is something that's very common. Horses can get it from different things. Stall not being clean, that can be a possibility if they're standing in manure or urine. That's why we clean the stalls, typically muck the stalls once a day to make sure we pick up the manure and get the wet urine-soaked shavings up. That helps prevent the possibility of thrush a lot, but sometimes just if they're outside, if there's a lot of moisture, if it's a time of year where you're giving them a lot of baths, they're going between dry and wet a lot, that can also be something that leads to thrush. You catch it really quick, it can be handled pretty easily. There's a couple of products that I wanted to talk about that I use. One is called Thrush Buster. It's a purple, it's liquid, and you just squirt it in the grooves around the frog of the hoof of the horse, and this is going to help fight thrush and other fungal infections. The other one I use a little bit more frequently is called No Thrush. It's a white powder, and it just squirts in, and then I kind of brush it in the hoof with the horse hoof pick that has the brush on one end, and it's dry, it's not a liquid, so I can use this all over the barn. I don't have to worry about it leaving any stains. So these are two products that you probably will want to add to your tack bag just to have available as you're picking your horse's hooves. If you catch anything or see anything that's problematic, you can start addressing it with these products. So I hope you've liked today's video about how to clean a horse's hooves. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe to A Life with Horses. I really appreciate your support so much. And Pippa and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.